Hello everyone and welcome for another week of One Piece. Right, coming out after a break, after another banger of chapter 1080, we are gonna get another banger chapter of 1081. Just strike after strike for Oda, man. Oh my goodness. And we start off this chapter with a color spread of all the Straw Hat boys. No Straw Hat girls, no Robin, no Nami, taking a nap while Sanji is reading a cookbook. And some people have pointed out that the way cookbook is spelled is actually COC, so they're speculating that might be hinting at Sanji unlocking Conqueror Sake, which I'm not opposed to, but again, it's also not far-fetched because it's been built up, and it makes sense because he's like the third strongest, right? So I think it makes sense for him to unlock it. So yeah, a color spread of all of the One Piece boys, or the Straw Hat boys, sleeping together, which is a really wholesome scene, and I'd love this color spread. Although this is probably going to be a sign that there's going to be another cover story, which I'm also really hype about. So let's go right ahead with the beginning. We start off with where we left off last chapter, which is the Galaxy Impact nuke, and freaking GARP is just like, well, that's not really as strong as it used to be. And look, meanwhile other parts were like, are you kidding, old man? You're not satisfied with that amount of destruction? Oh my god. Although, to preface this, there's the chapter title is freaking amazing, because 1081 Kuzan, the 10th captain, because for the longest time we didn't know that who's the 10th captain is. It's left for us, and that scene in Dressrosa where Blackbeard did say he doesn't trust Kuzan leads us not to believe that he's the 10th captain, but it turns out he is the 10th captain of the Blackbeard parts. Maybe he acquired that position just recently. Maybe right after he captured Pudding. Maybe that's when he. I don't know, but the fact that he doesn't trust one of his captain, kind of like, and yet it's still a captain. Maybe more of the thing that keep your enemies close kind of logic. I'm not sure why he's a third captain if Blackbeard doesn't trust him. Right? So that's a little bit of a speculation. Really wholesome scene that I love is freaking they all meet up near the ship of GARP, which is, by the way, GARP's ship, man, is probably one of the most amazing ship with that freaking dog and the bone kind of design. I love the figure for GARP's ship just alone. And then the wholesome scene of freaking Prince Gruce telling Kobe why is he the future of the Marine, and he's not gonna let him get ahead of him because of course he's a rare admiral. He's just a captain, though. That's not really gonna be enough though, because GARP is Kobe is GARP's disciple, so of course, and then freaking Kujaku just have that whole stuff. So yeah, I like the interaction in general, and how he actually was telling the story of how they fought back on Punk Hazard as well. Like, oh my god, this reminds me of that brief scene in Film Red where Luffy was asking him why he fought or why he left the Marines, and Aokiji was like, well, this is a movie, not canon, bro. This is a movie. And then, okay, fine, tell me about Zephyr, the villain of the movie. Okay, fine, I'll tell you about him. That's kind of thing that reminds me. They ask him about the man marked by flames that actually have a rumor going around that he has a red pony, about the road poneglyphs in general. They were asking me about the road pointing and the man marked by flames that apparently have a black is riding a black ship and can summon whirlpool. So for me, a couple of things stood out. Is it's not Saul. Like, we know Saul is alive in Albaf, but the fact is, I really doubt Saul is sailing free in the new world. By that fact, one thing that I heard from tagging is maybe it's Dragon. It also could be AIM. Maybe AIM more or so because of what Shiryu once theorized over in the next panel, where the world government might be keeping the final road poneglyphs so that no other pirates can reach One Piece. By the way, they reference One Piece in the series One Piece. So I freaking love that. It's like a symbol that we're really reaching at the very fine finale of the game, the final saga, you know. So yeah, maybe Im-sama. I doubt. I mean, it could be a new character that we haven't met, but it's probably an old character, a reoccurring character that hasn't been in the series for a long time. I don't know, because it. I mean, I trust fully on Oda's writing that he can pull off a new character for us to as the guardian of the final red poneglyph that is well developed enough or well written enough to be the kind of the guardian of the road poneglyph, right? So it's either going to be a new character or maybe Im or maybe Dragon, whoever. I trust in Oda's judgment there. A pitch black, yeah. Next up is, of course, Aokiji is saying, well, the poneglyphs really hold a bitter memory, of course, because one of his best friend, one of his closest friend, was fighting the world government just to save a little girl and their people. And of course, he didn't see any red stone in Ohara as well. So yeah, and then there's also a little interaction between Lafitte and Blackbeard on what they do, or they rather steal or use the hihihi for hihihi no mi, or the chili fruit. And then of course big Aokiji of course overheard their conversation, and then threatens if they do something they can ice age him to bits. Yeah. And this is where Blackbeard offered for him to join the crew, just like how he offered Ace initially to join his crew now that he's free of the world government, of the Navy. Yeah. And then now flash forward to the present day. He is essentially saying which one he would choose between his new favorite pupil or his favorite pupil a long time ago. Who would Garp choose now? I feel like he would choose Kobe, because he did say something about here where you should live in the present instead of the past. Similarly on how Luffy lives. And then probably part of that is a regret that he wasn't able to save Ace as well. So he'd rather live on the present and obliterate Aokiji here instead of living in the past and their bonds in the past. So yeah, and then flash forward, it pans out to Winter Island, New World, where Blackbeard unsurprisingly obliterated or destroyed Law and obliterated their ship along with narrating the Polar Tank. The Polar Tank, the Heart Pirate submarine, is currently sinking. The ocean floor torn into pieces. Yo, similar to what happened on the destruction of Victoria Punk. This literally gave me chills the first time I read this. Like, oh my goodness, bro. Is this the end for Law and Kid right there? Or will they join either Luffy or Buggy, the Cross Guild or the Straw Hats Grand Fleet? I wonder. Like, I wish for them to join the fray again. Maybe as an ally of the Straw or an ally of the Cross Guild. I just don't want this to be the end for Law, especially when we spent like an entire arc flashing out the backstory for this man. Yeah, and then Blackbeard also said he actually know that he knows about the up fruit and whether he sells it or he uses it, and offered to maybe make him immortal. But of course, we all know Law would never make someone like Blackbeard immortal, right? He would freaking never. So as Blackbeard is about to deliver the final blow, there's actually a small panel that I skipped over where Chopper actually gave, I think that's a rumble ball or a pill of some sort. Yeah, that can actually make him into a Sulong, and then turns into a Sulong to stop Blackbeard from attacking his captain and get away from them. Like, this is a freaking W for Chopper. Like, he figured out a way to make a pill. I wonder if it's the rumble ball or it's just another pill in general to essentially emulate the moon to make any of the minks transform into their Sulong form. So this is, for me, people have been saying that this is a W for Beppo, but this is a W for me for Chopper. This is Chopper's W right here. And then runs away and saves Law in a heart-wrenching kind of scene where Beppo just swam away from them. Swam away from the Blackbeard, swam away from their crew. And a monologue of Beppo, we've overcome so much together. So don't you dare die. Oh no. We can't abandon. Law said we can't abandon our crew, but Beppo said we've been through a lot. Just put your faith with our crew. It's more important for Beppo for Law to survive. So for me, that's just kind of like a captain and a vice captain bond. It's very heartwarming, and this is where I pointed out once again that this might be Law surviving. Law might come back on a later scene. So yeah, and this also makes me afraid of Kid as well, because Oda really loves paralleling Kid and Law surviving here means maybe Kid might not make it. I wish he will, because I really do love all of the rival for Luffy, especially Law and Kid, and I just want both of them to survive the attack of the Emperors. I literally just want them to survive this and maybe become a potential ally for the Straw Hats. And with that, of course, Norte-kun declared Blackbeard the winner of the fight between Blackbeard and Law, and a humiliating retreat. That means Law is coming back. That means Law will definitely come back in the near future. So yes, and I don't think there's a break because it's not mentioned here, but maybe there is a break because of the Golden Week that is happening on Japan. So maybe, but it's not mentioned here. So I'm hoping for the chapter 1080 to next week. So overall, still a lot happened. The confirmation of of Law, the retreat against Blackbeard, the freaking reveal of Aokiji and Blackbeard's battle. Oh, Aokiji and Blackbeard's meeting, and even the encounter between GARP versus Kuzan. So overall, a lot happened, and we even get another named attack of GARP, which is Blue Hole, which made it has a similar effect to what Blackbeard did to Akainu back in Marineford, which cracks the ground and pushes him down beyond the ground. So I freaking love that. I love the Blue Hole. Yeah. So yeah, that's my review for today. If you guys enjoy, and if you guys have any clue or any thoughts of this chapter, please leave them in the comment section below, and subscribe. I really do like this little backstory. This is a very One Piece thing to do. Right, the backstory between Blackbeard and Kuzan. I freaking love that scene. That's probably my favorite out of this scene in general. Like, just them goofing around at the bar, talking about the marine battle, the admiral battle in Punk Hazard. Like, Blackbeard offering Kuzan to join him. Everything about that scene, like, golden. And even the Blackbeard pirates explaining what the red poneglyphs are, who the man marked by flames. I freaking love that. By the way, we really need to know who this man is. Like, seriously, very mysterious kind of figure, huh? So without further ado, that is my thoughts. I really overall like this chapter. I hope we get a continuation. I really wish for a continuation for this. So yes, without further ado, see you guys next week or next chapter.